Reverend Bailey is not here. Ms. Clymer?
Here.
Ms. Guzman is not here. Sheriff Hill?
Here.
Chief Keen?
Here.
Ms. Lennox?
Here.
Chief Newsham?
Here.
Ms. Swartz?
Here.
Mr. Torres?
Here.
That's pretty annoying, actually. Is there a way to kill that echo, Sheriff? Oh, they're working on it. Never mind.
Do you have any written comments?
I did not receive public comments.
Any public comments?
Correct.
Thank you so much. Could I get a motion to approve the agenda for tonight? Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes of our regular meeting that was held on July 16th, 2025?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Superintendent?
Yes, sir.
Good.
We can turn to page 20. Okay. The operational capacity is still 871. The management capacity is still 1320. The average daily population for the last 2 months is 522. The average daily population for the past 12 months has been 540. Transfer to the state system at the bottom of the page. July was 15. August was 12. Commits, we had 654. In August, we had 662. Releases for July was 649. August was 647. Process only, not committed. July was 58. And August was 66. Turn to the next page, 21. The average daily population in July was 522. The high count was on July 13th at 541. Next page, 122. The average daily population in August was 521. And the high count was August 25th at 542. If you turn to page 24, about the objectives, as we still continue to recruit at the following websites throughout the year, nothing has changed with that. Objective number 2, it was 3 unfounded harassment or complaints. Objective number 3, we had firearms training. We had 206 staff qualified with firearms. Officer in-service training, we had 93 staff. Officer wellness, we had 199 staff go through that. And the Officer Joe Basic Academy, right now we have currently 28 staff in that class. The lobby renovation is, as you came in, they're still working on it. We're on schedule to be completed towards the end of the year. Haven't heard any major complaints or problems so far. Objective number 5, since October of 21, we have gave out 868 boxes of Narcan, and we currently have 73 inmates that's on a medicated assistant treatment program. Comments from me. In August 5th, our Reentry Center received a VACO award. That's the Virginia Association of Counties. We submitted it to our county exec, Chris Shorter. He signed off on it, and they sent it to the committee, and so the county did a press release saying that we won the award with several other counties, programs in the county too. I think it's like 5 other ones that won something. Currently, at Joe Basic Academy, we started with 30, but we currently have 28 who didn't make it. That graduation date is November 14th at 11 a.m. You should receive an invite to that, so we would like you to be there if possible. We have Victor Angry, the county board member, will be the guest note speaker. We currently are having another academy starting on September 29th. This will be the first time running two academies at the same time. That academy will have 20 people in it, but everybody should be, the goal is to have everybody certified by December 18th. So that's something positive for our agency, to have actual staff here, but also have them all certified where they can work all the different units and posts. Our hiring has been doing really well. We have 7 officers starting on the 29th. This will put our vacancy, sworn vacancy, down to 23 people. It's a massive number. The HR team has been doing outstanding, and we're looking to be in the teens very shortly. We have over 150 applications still in, so we just got to hire 23 more officers to get down to 0. So we're really proud about that number. Because when I took over as superintendent 7 months ago, we had 88 vacancies. So.
And what do we say? We haven't seen single digits since.
2017 is the last time we've seen this. Single digits for 2016, we had 9. In 17, we had, I think we was like on 28.
Yep.
So Jamie had found that number for me. So
it's been a long time.
Been a long time. Let me see here. Got a quick PowerPoint. Just wanted to take about probably like a minute or so to go through. Our recruitment efforts, that's something that I talked about when I wanted to be superintendent, when I interviewed, that I wanted to increase those efforts. This is some of the things that we've done. We wanted to think outside the box. So we was at Home Depot and Giant and Walmart, just trying to educate people on jail corrections work. Because some people don't think about this. You see on TV and then kind of the stereotypes. So we took people on tours, different things like that. So get some of the regular citizens. Some people didn't want the job, but they knew a family member that wanted to be in the job, their grandson or their child. So we got a lot of stuff from that. I'll go to the next one. We tackle the high schools. There's a lot of high schools in the region that have criminal justice courses. So we educate on them, like start your career with us, and we go around and speak to the high schools and the teachers and the faculty. We've been to Germanna Community College, Nova, and George Mason. So we always involved with them every semester. Just continue to create them pipelines where people can come to us every year. Next one. We've been to plenty of job careers. This is the Prince William County had one, George Mason. I think it's for Nova. So we out there. We try to let people know that we are hiring, and we trying to get good folks here. Next one. This is one of the kiosks. Well, this is the kiosk that we rented at Spotsylvania Town Center. We've been renting for the last 4 months. This will be the last month. We have a lot of success that came out of this place right here. To the left, is Officer Bishop. She did her radio station for us. So we was advertising on 3 radio stations for a month. And it would let people know that we were in Spotsylvania Mall. So that whole region has kind of taken off in terms of people knowing that we out there trying to find folks. The next one. Like I said, I wanted to increase the internship program, another avenue to continue to bring folks in the door. There's 2 applicants that are in this class that have applied. They don't graduate until December, so they don't want to start until after they graduate. So hope everything goes well with this class, and those 2 folks will be starting with us in December. The one guy to the far left with the white shirt on, he was one of the county internship program folks, which first time we did that before. So everybody else is people that we recruited, but he came from the county. Next one. Community outreach. That is something that I've been passionate about, and I talked about in terms of trying to let the citizens of the greater Prince William area know about our jail and the work that we do, because I wanted to change the narrative that when their loved ones come here, that this is not a dirty jail, that they don't have resources, they don't have opportunities. We have our mental health services. So educating them and just changing the brand in terms of letting them know that, we do good work here at the jail. So we've been doing a lot of outreach stuff. So this is one of the 5K runs, 2 5Ks runs, the Pausable and the tunnels, the towers. So we did that this year. We was at the Juneteenth event, just letting citizens know about our programs, about hiring and different things like that. So it's always not always about hiring, it's letting the citizens know the programs that we offer here, that when someone comes to jail, they have opportunities for change. Next one. National Night Out. We was at different spots throughout the county. That is Supervisor Vega right there doing the jump rope with one of our officers right there. So just changing the image, meeting with the kids, different things like that. The next one. Meals on Wheels is something that we just started. We're doing this twice a month. Just being able to drop off meals. It takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours to pass them out. So this is something that we get involved with the seniors. Just having that presence, right? You know, like they're shocked, like officers are dropping off food, stuff like that. Just trying to change the image of the jail and how the public kind of perceives us. Next one. Story time. I talked about this in the last one. This is something that we're doing. That is our mascot right there. That's something new that we created. This to when we deal with kids and the images and stuff like that. So these are the officers is reading to the kids. It takes about an hour or so to read a couple of books. Today we took the mascot out there, and the kids were able to have some fun with the mascot. So this is at Barnes and Noble in Gainesville. We did the Hunger Free campaign food drive. We had 3 staff members and 2 the volunteers to kind of help us out with this. That was a success trying to collect food for the pantry. Next one. This was this Saturday. The PD had the annual community fair. We was out there. You can see 2 jail board members in there, Chief Newsom and Mr. Torres. It was a success, I think. I mean, in terms of the image of the jail, a lot of kids stopped by and took pictures with the mascot. So we had a big team of folks out there. It was a great, beautiful day. So that's some of the things that we're doing. And this is today. CS had their Recovery Month event. We was there supporting, talking about our mental health services and our programs in the jail and our substance abuse programs that we have. So we supported a CS with that today. And I think that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is it. I know I talk a lot about community services and programs and things like that, but I also want you to know that I am trying to make a safer and healthier environment for the inmates and staff here. One of the things that we are doing for inmates is that what's concerning to me, in 2024, we detoxed 963 inmates. That's averaging 80 people a month. That's a problem, right? A lot of these folks. So I created a reclassified a position. We have a senior RN nurse who's going to be strictly in the booking area, triaging folks Sunday through Thursday, because we get a lot of people from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the jail, making sure they have appropriate assessments, that they are seen by the provider as soon as possible, not Tuesday or Wednesday, but Monday morning if somebody feels something urgent. These people are detoxing over the weekend, so we got to make sure that we are proactive, making sure they are getting treatment sooner than later. So that's something that we're doing. We also, in terms of a safer environment for staff, I started doing tier rotations. Tier rotation is when one level of the inmates will come out for a certain period of time, then you lock them down, and then the other ones come out. There's less inmates in the common area. It's safer for inmates. It's safer for the staff. The inmates have more access to the phones and the showers when they're out because there's less people out. But it's been well received by staff. In terms of the environment being a lot safer. So that's some of the things that work on. Let me see here. Yeah, plastic. One other thing I'd like to bring up is that over the past 7 months, I've been attending a lot of leadership meetings and throughout the county, and I've been going to some superintendent meetings throughout the state. I like to advocate to see if I can support me bringing back the lieutenant colonel spot we had. Sheriff Hill was the last one that we had back in 1993. We had less than 200 staff back then. Now we have over 400 full-time spots. I like to, because I'm so involved, that I want to be at the county leadership. I want to be everywhere. I know I can be everywhere. So a lot of government agencies in the county have a number 2, and I like to try to have that to support me with some leadership issues, to support with the management and running the jail, because it's a big agency. We one of the, I think we're the 3rd largest inside the county. and I like to have that support. So I think that's my final topic that I have.
I'll make a comment about that. The superintendent and I, we've talked about this a couple times, and he wants to take a position and reclassify. He's already talked with HR in the county. They can make that happen for us. Of course, they'll have to change something on our pay scale to make that work, but certainly I support it. And of course, board member, please, if you have questions about that, please go ahead. You know, when I got rid of the deputy superintendent, I think the police department had done the same thing at the time. And but as agencies grow, I understand that you need that leadership there to keep things going when you're not here. But I support it. So any questions for him, please?
I have a question about the nurse position that you are. I think that's a great idea, by the way. Who do you have somebody on staff already that's doing that detox position?
So traditionally, we would advertise. We had this nurse position has been vacant for 600 some days. So I said, look, this be creative with it. It's the same nursing vacancy we have, but we changed the narrative and the job description to make it Sunday through Monday daytime work. It's a current position. I didn't create a new position. It's a current one we have. But no, we got applicants from the outside, so I wouldn't have to mess with the staff inside. Only one person kind of wanted it, but she wanted Monday through Friday instead of Sunday through Thursday. So we didn't have anybody in-house that applied. So we have a couple of applicants, actually 2, that's in the final stages right now.
Okay.
So
great. Thank you.
no problem.
Any questions for the superintendent about?
I have a couple of questions. I wondered about the 2 things, the minimum age for someone to hire at the jail, just thinking about your recruitment efforts, and also with the tier rotation, what effect, if any, does that have on the amount of time out in the common areas for any given inmate?
The Code of Virginia allows to hire jail officers at the age of 18. Most law enforcement agents don't hire people to 21, but being short of staff, some jails have lowered that standard. Not saying that we can't go back to 20 or 21, but I knew we had a lot of vacancies. We haven't hired a lot of 18-year-olds. I don't think we hired none, maybe some 19 and 20s and stuff. So we just want to open it up. I just think that we have a lot of young people that want to go into law enforcement, and they in high school taking 2 years of criminal justice classes. This could be a good start for them.
Sure.
Because they got that mindset, they want to do this type of work, and they have to sit around, either go to college, and they can go to college and work at the same time. So yeah, the tier rotation does impact the time they get out. They usually, traditionally, you go out for 2 hours and you lock down for a couple hours and you come out for 2 hours. So we're meeting the minimum standard for DOC standards of letting people out on a daily basis.
And what is that?
2 hours.
2 hours, okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Any questions? Could I get a board member to make a motion to allow the superintendent to reclassify one of his positions and convert that to a deputy superintendent?
So moved.
Second. Any questions? Please call the roll, please.
Ms. Ashworth,
Yes.
Mr. Austin,
Yes.
Ms. Clymer,
Yes.
Sheriff Hill,
Yes.
Chief Keen,
Yes.
Ms. Lennox,
Yes.
Chief Newsham,
Yes.
Ms. Swartz,
Yes.
Mr. Torres.
Yes.
Thank you. Superintendent, you have anything else for us?
No, sir, that's it. I thank you for all the support and trusting me and trying to run the jail.
Good, good. We'll have comments later, but I want to commend you on what you've done to not only get the exposure out there about who we are, but in hiring, because that is very competitive now. Chief knows that. You all know that how difficult it is now to recruit, train, and retain.
Yeah.
And so far, y'all doing a good job.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Budget update. Good news.
All right.
Good news.
It's always good news in my world. Page 38, we'll start on how we're doing through August 31st, first 2 months of the year. To project out revenues, we'll start there. We are estimating right now to be a little bit short of our revenue targets for the year, and that is mainly just a function of how we budgeted the state compensation board revenue a little bit higher than the state estimate came in after the fact, and that's just a timing thing that happens. We chase that every year and wait for the state to publish that ahead of budget, and this time we were not able to do that. So we may be a little bit shy there, but that's not a huge big deal. We can certainly flex to meet that challenge. Year to date, City of Manassas revenue, their utilization rate fell at 9.8 year to date as of August 31. We budgeted them at 9.4, so we'll actually, if they continue on that track, we'll see a little bit of upside and additional revenue than planned in that line item for the city.
We keep this positive.
What's that? I know, I hate to wish bad things on the city, but it means more money for the jail. Keeps the community safe. How about that? So it's actually a good thing for the city. So with that being said, they are paying in at a rate of 11.2 usage. So we may still give them cash back at the end of the year. So it's a little bit of a dance with all three sort of elements. So I thought I'd present that a little bit different this year. On the expenditure sides, everything's very much on pace to meet our budget expectations in terms of funding levels. Based on the staffing levels as of July 1 that we have in the budget allows us to fill 8 positions. Obviously, good news. We've surpassed that. So we will be asking the county, or have to ask at the end of the year, that some of our salary laps be released to accommodate for those vacancy savings that they have set aside, because we have already exceeded those funding levels. But we've been in discussions with them and are on the same page with getting everybody in the door that we can, and we'll worry about the salary laps later. On the operating expenditure side, our actuals are set at a reasonable pace just based on the 2 months. There's been no large or unusual expenditure thus far this year, knock on wood. But the night is young, so we shall see. So everybody cross your fingers on that. On the federal agency side for billing, we billed a whopping 6 days for the month of July in August for $507. And I did a little bit different this year and just did an extra table for you all to see the breakdown by agency if you're interested. So we had one inmate that we billed DHS or ICE, one hold for U.S. Marshals for 4 days, and then one hold for the D.C. courts for 1 day. So that's the year-to-date activity on the federal billing. Just to give a quick update on any Board of County Supervisors items, we were present for the July 9th meeting on the consent agenda, which was approved to receive the ratification for our grant application to continue our mental health program. So 2 of our mental health therapists are budgeted through that grant and paid for through that grant. So that's great news for us there. In terms of the upcoming budget cycle, the FY27 budget, as I'm sure anyone who is working on their budget can attest, we're kind of knee deep in things. We're in the middle of drafting all of our initiatives. We are on target to meet all the deadlines for the budget. We have our September agency check-in in early October, but we're ready to roll with that and feel good about what we've got in the budget this year. I'll share a little sneak peek. I think the biggest item that we have is a capital item, and that's to modernize our elevators. We have a lot of obsolete equipment in the elevators, and they are breaking down constantly, which, as you can imagine, creates a lot of operational issues. We transport the inmates through those elevators. So we will work with FFM a little bit. We like to leverage FFM when it comes to building projects. They certainly have a lot of expertise. So we'll do that and try to figure out the best path forward to get the elevators really up to date, which also means that there'll be some changes because the codes have changed over the years as well. So that's sort of the only big item I would say in our budget thus far. For the commissary, for August 31st, we've spent just a little over $100,000 of the $900,000 budget. Again, we just really try to be conservative there. A lot of those expenditures that come in monthly, we've only gotten the July invoices in, so August really isn't a great month to present. So, but you can sort of do the math and see that we are on the right spending pace for the budget in the commissary. Nothing large or unusual to report there. We did have one item in the range to report to you all that we did buy. It was budgeted and approved in the budget, and that was the new enclosed trailer for the workforce program. They do all of the landscaping and all the outside work, and they are tickled to death to have a new one with new storage space and all that stuff for all of their equipment. As for commissary cash balances, they're holding strong. They fell a little bit below the 2 million mark that we saw it stay at all year last year. I think that's mostly a function of some of our inmate numbers going down. But we're still, our ending balance for August 31st is 1,957,000. And then same concept on the inmate trust account. We're holding a little bit less money just because of the sheer number of inmates going down. And we ended the August month at $90,544. And that is the narrative explanation of pages 41 through 43. I'm happy to answer any specific questions, or if I went too fast on something, back it up.
Any questions for our budget director? Thank you. Dear board members' comments, I'm gonna start with business minutes, and come this way.
I'm just looking at the next month where I'm gonna have to say goodbye to Steve Austin at like multiple agency meetings over and over and over again, and I'm very sad about it. But I'm just super impressed, Superintendent, with what you've accomplished with the hiring, especially. Like, it's crazy to have done so much in such a quick turnaround time, and I love all of the community engagement. I think our jail population should keep shrinking, and we should continue to add all of the things that you're doing so that this is a place where people come out and they're more productive. So kudos, man. It's great to see.
Likewise, just want to commend the superintendent on the hiring efforts, and just really made a big difference in a short period of time, and a lot of creative ideas happening, so that's terrific. And congratulations, Steve, on your retirement. I'm sure it's very well deserved, and I hope it'll be well enjoyed. That's all.
Pretty much concur.
Thank you.
Good summary.
Thank you. Summarized it pretty well. It's hard to follow.
Kind of the same thing. Congratulate you for your efforts in hiring. You're turning that around, and that's a significant achievement. On the other hand, I congratulate you for being a people's person and trying to be out there, engaging people and rebranding, put it that way, the ADC. And to Steve, my friend, congratulate you on your retirement. Enjoy the first 3 or 4 months and then get something to do. Because the brain has to be working if you're going to have a long life. So do something more than water the plants and things like that.
The crossword puzzle.
Get that brain going on 4 cylinders.
I appreciate that. They haven't met my gym.
Ms. Ashworth?
Yes, of course. Thank you. I think, Superintendent, you've done a phenomenal job, and the data shows that, and we appreciate that. And I'm going to miss my neighbor, Steve, and retire. Sad to see you go, but happy for your next chapter.
We'll skip over you.
Kind of the same. Congratulations to Steve for his retirement, his service to the community, and I'm not sure everybody here knows your history and all the great programs that you have brought forward over the years of working with you. Appreciate that. Superintendent, it's not often you hear people mean what they say and say what they mean. You did that in your interview, and you're holding your word true. Congratulations.
Chief?
Same thing, Superintendent, you've done a great job. The hiring in this environment is very difficult. One of the things I will say, we didn't recognize your team. I know that they are working feverishly to push your vision forward. And the other piece, I think we all knew about that you'd be very good in the community piece, being out there in the community. Thank you for coming this past Saturday to our event. Hats off on a number of different levels and doing positive things here at the jail. Steve, I know Steve actually during his daytime job outside of the jail board, and I found Steve to be a phenomenal professional. Because in recent months he's been part of our cluster. How long have you been with us? It's been over a year.
Close to 2 years.
Yeah, coming up on 2 years. He's worked directly with us. I've had a lot of time to interact with Steve. He's a professional. People don't appreciate the work that he does in his day job. Extremely difficult. He has to navigate a bunch of different agencies, and he's really a significant piece of the criminal justice system. And he's done it now for 30, how many years? 37 years of public service, and the one thing that I will say, I agree with Raul that you will have to find something to do to keep you busy, but public service for 37 years is nothing to shake the stick at. And we will miss you, but we're certainly proud of that service, so thank you for that.
I got a couple comments. I attended a golf tournament for the Good News Jail and Prison Ministry Jail. Please, if you have the opportunity, if you have some extra money, please, you can always contribute to our ministry. A lot of the churches in the community support our ministry. Our volunteers, I mean, they have been involved with our jail for since we existed, and they do an excellent job supporting the ministry. So we had a great time. Enjoy it. Steve, I'll make my other comment. I promised the folks that were here at our last meeting when they were talking about the Treasure 17 program that I will call some members and talk to some members about discussing it. After talking to most of the members on the board, there's no interest to either discuss it or bring it up at this time. Okay. Steve, I was around when the office got started back in 1984. And they used to meet at the jail because some of the inmates that you had, sometimes you recommitted people that were out on the program, but inmates benefited from the program. And you've done an outstanding job. And it's not really a surprise that Prince William is the leader in the state in the criminal justice program as far as alternative to incarceration. Everybody knows about Prince William County, and you've done an outstanding job. A lot of inmates and their families have benefited from what you've done. And one of the good things about Steve's program is the credibility of that program has maintained good status. And when you got people that, offenders that come to your program, there's a lot of risk involved. And the way you all manage those folks has been certainly outstanding. And I certainly, a lot of people, when you talk to a lot of inmates, they know about you all, and you're doing a great job. So thank you so much. But we want to give you something, Steve, to remember us. And I'll read the Prince William-Manassas Regional Adult Detention Center Jail Board honors Jail Board member Stephen Austin in recognition of 15 years of dedicated service as a member of the Jail Board to the Prince William-Manassas Regional Adult Detention Center. The Jail Board extends sincere best wishes and congratulations on your retirement. You started on the board on February 2nd, 2010, and this is through October 1st, 2025. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my God, something to take a picture. Come on, we gotta have you. Thanks so much, Steve.
Thank you.
All right, sir. The floor is yours.
Well, I'll stand. So we usually sit, but I'll stand. So I'm not a big speech maker, but I would just like to say how much I've enjoyed working with you all and with this board. Next to the chief and the sheriff, I've been here longer, at least as a board member, than anyone else. So I've seen the evolution of Prince William County and our criminal justice system. And I have to tell you, it's been quite amazing to see what has happened in the last 15, 16 years, however long the work, because the work actually started before I got here, when the mental health work started, and Major Lambert was a big part of that. And I remember coming here and meeting her for the first time. And so the big thing that I think is unique about Prince William is the way we collaborate, the way we work together, and the way we support each other. And I think that's why we've seen the outcomes be better. We've worked well together. We've seen all these projects such as evidence-based decision-making, which came in 2015, and it came at a time when this jail was talking about expanding because the fact that we just really didn't have room for the inmates anymore. We were housing out and spending quite a bit of taxpayer money to do that. And that project helped to level things off, even lowered it a little bit. We weren't growing to the pace of the community corrections plan when we started this expansion initiative. And then it was really amazing to see it not grow. And then policy changed, and elections happened, COVID happened, and then we saw the jail population go into the 400s, and now we're at a place where it seems reasonable for the size of the community. I mean, we can always do better. We can always do better services. I'm proud to have been part of this, and even today, it just was another reminder to me of how much work has been done, and the work of the new superintendent with his staff, and he has amazing staff, because I work with many of them in my day job, as the chief says, and they are really amazing. Their commitment is amazing, and it can only get better, it seems like. So I'm proud to be part of that. So, and I thank you all. Thank you.
When you leave, your assistant is going to be taking over, right? Could you introduce her, please?
I will. Tamadre Thomas is my deputy director. She has been named by the CXO as the interim director until a replacement is recruited for and found. So I know the power of having a deputy. I don't know how you've done without a deputy, to be honest with you. And she'll be serving and will be appointed by the board at some point.
Thank you. Thank you. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you. I'm looking forward.
Thank you so much, Steve. Thank you so much. Before we get to adjourn, any questions for the superintendent? Any questions for our finance director? Anything else that might want to bring up? Could I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Wow.